Hey guys, welcome back to my channel and welcome to another Create a Sim video in The Sims 3. Now today is a special Create a Sim because I am doing a Create a Sim collab with a few of my friends, 5 actually. First is my best friend Alexis, and then we have Kylie, Harry, Ella, and then Rose. And so go check all of their videos out. They will be in the description down below, their videos and or their channels. So go check them out, go sub. If you're not already, go support them. You know, they're freaking amazing. Their Sims are beautiful. And so this collab was created by Kylie. She like initiated the whole thing. And basically we each got assigned 2 birthstones, which there are 12 because there's one for each month. If you didn't know that already, there you go. And so I did February, which is Amethyst, my birthstone, and then I did June, which is Pearl. And I have done this Create a Sim twice now, which it's bad. Well, the first one's bad. This one's good. I like this one. But it's bad that I did it twice because I'm such an indecisive whore. But the first one, it went fine at first. Like, I was doing great, the first sim fine. But then they turned into superheroes somehow. I don't even know how it happened. Like, my first sim, which was my Pearl sim, that was the first one that I made for the previous Create a Sim. Like, she was looking cute, but then she gave me, like, superhero vibes, and I changed, I did something to her, and then the second sim, my Amethyst sim, she looked a lot like Raven from Teen Titans, and I was like, okay, I need to stop. And so I scratched them. I was going in to do the thumbnail, and I was like, yeah, no, I can't do it. And so I scratched that, and I was like, I want it to be like light and pretty and like colorful and everything, and they just look so dark and superhero-y, and I was like, no, I can't. And so I came up with a story this morning, and I was like, okay, you know what? I'm kind of digging this story, and I'm gonna make the Sims. So these Sims have a story, and basically, if you didn't tell already by whenever I started making this hoe right here, Miss Valerie, these Sims are witches because I have a problem with witches and supernaturals. If you don't know, I have a supernatural LP. I have a season 1, a season 2, and then a late night LP that also involves a little bit of supernatural. But I love supernaturals, especially in The Sims. I don't understand why. The Sims 3 Supernatural is my favorite expansion pack, hands down. I don't know what it is, but I freaking love, especially witches. Like, even like supernatural related TV shows. I love them. I love them. But these hoes are witches. They're actually from the crystalline coven, or like, yeah, I guess the crystalline coven. And basically their family, or like the coven of their leader, is always a member of the Gem family. Their coven was founded like 600 years ago, where their great however many great grandfather, he founded the coven. And basically there have been more witches join, and then there's founding families that, you know, their descendants continue to stay a part of the coven, and basically they are witches that gain power from stones and gems and crystals and all that stuff. And so during when they're born, their birth month, whatever birthstone they are given during that birth month, that is the stone that holds significant power to them. And so you see Amethyst, she ends up wearing a necklace that has a little amethyst, like, I guess, crystal on it. And then her ring is also, it also has a little amethyst in it. And then Penelope, which is Val's sister, she is wearing pearl earrings, and then she has a pearl bracelet that her sister gave to her as a present whenever they left, which I'll get into that in a second. But whenever a witch from the coven wears their birthstone, they gain like power from that, and that's like their whole source of power. Like, they have like basic magic that's been given to them by the earth, but their power, most of their power is, or well, comes from their birthstone. And so they are not like the Moonlight Falls Witches at all, because the Moonlight Falls Witches, if you did not know in my Supernatural Let's Play, they practice ancestral magic, so their power is linked to Moonlight Falls. But these witches can go anywhere that they want to without their power fading away, because their power is tied to their birthstone. And as long as they have it on their person, some way, somehow, like a piece of jewelry or whatever, then they have a constant source of magic. But these hoes they have a lot more to their story besides just their little coven, because with their coven and with them being sisters, they are close in age. Val is a year and 3 months older than Penelope, but because they're so close in age and because their parents are older and they're gonna need an heir to step in, and because they're the only two I guess like children that their parents had, they are the only two that can take on the coven. But there are some issues lying there because there's two of them. They're close in age, they're very similar in strength and power, and so there's already like some competition there. Neither one of them want to take the throne, and the coven, nor do their parents want them to take the throne, because they are a little bit of a misogynistic coven. Ever since the founding of the Crystalline Coven, a man has always been the leader of it. And so because the current leader only had two daughters, they don't really have, I mean, they have a leader, they have an heir, but because of, the past and upholding like tradition, they don't want them to take over the coven. But if one of the not twins, but if one of the sisters don't take over the coven, then another family will. And if that happens, then the gems will get they'll get dethroned basically, and they're the founding of the coven. So it's a little bit of a sticky situation, and basically neither one of them is going to step forward and take the throne, which means that the only other solution that the parents have, or that the coven has, is to basically have both sisters go through a series of tests, or like these trials, where one of them is guaranteed to die, which is going to be the weaker sister, and then I guess the successor of the trials will be crowned the new coven leader. And that means that, of course, one of them will die, and neither one of them want that. They're very close, they're like best friends, and they're not gonna put one of them at risk or in danger. And so there's only one other solution, and that's to run. And so these two have left and ran from their coven, and basically they just want to go see the world, travel, do whatever they can do to stall their coven, because they can't stay in one place, because a simple locator spell will be able to track them down and stuff, so they can't stay in one place for that long. But their ultimate goal is to make their way to Moonlight Falls, where they can hopefully join the Moonlight Falls Coven of Witches, where Veneta might take them in and allow them to be a part of the coven, because other witches can be, I guess, integrated into the coven as long as they perform a ritual and the ancestors accept them and their power. But yeah, I don't know. I mean, will some things happen with these two? Will we see them? I'm fairly certain that you will see these two in Supernatural at some point in time. But yeah, so these two are now on the run, and the bracelet that I mentioned that Penelope wears, her pearl bracelet, it has a purple ribbon on it. And the reason why is because her sister gave it to her so that she could draw more power, because she only had her earrings. And so her sister Val gave her the pearl bracelet, and in order to, I guess, like signify her sister, Penelope took the little purple bow that was around the box that the bracelet was in and just put it onto the bracelet. And so that's why there's a little purple bow on there, just to commemorate and to always remember her sister. But I love these two so much. I don't even know why I like them so much, but I just do. And so I cannot wait to play with them in Supernatural. It won't come anytime soon, because I have a lot of other mess I have to get through first before we can deal with their situation, because, I mean, they're not going to be like main characters or anything like that, but I want to like implement side stories, and this would be a really cute side story to kind of like see and do. And like, if there is a Supernatural season 3, maybe their story could be the story for that, because we've experienced a lot from like the main Sims from Supernatural season 1 and like their kids and stuff like that. So I don't know, we'll see what happens. I'm only in part 9. Well, the next episode is part 10 of Supernatural season 2, so I'm not that far in, and I have a lot more to do. I have no idea how long that let's play is gonna be. But yeah, so again, Val is the Amethyst birthstone, and then Penelope is Pearl. And so make sure to go check out the other birthstones, and I will leave again all of the links in the description down below, and you can actually download these Sims on the exchange. I might put them up to Mediafire as well if you all want that. Let me know down below if you do, and then I can upload them to Mediafire. I hit my desk, sorry. But yeah, so make sure to leave me a comment down below, like the video, and subscribe, and I'll see you in the very next video. So good, bye everyone.
I could stay like this, forever following you. Just don't get too far.